Today I'm going to review The Omen from 1976. But first, please subscribe to my channel because I've got loads of good stuff lined up. Good horror films to review with it being Halloween season. So subscribe and enjoy the fun.
It's all for you!
20th Century Fox presents a film of psychological suspense about an occurrence of earth-shaking importance. Gregory Peck, Remick, The Omen.
The Omen came out in 1976 and it was directed by the late Richard Donner and written by David Seltzer. It runs 111 minutes and cost 2.8 million, but it was a massive success and made back 60.9 million back. And this made it one of the highest grossing films of 1976. Not only that, but it was nominated for 2 Academy Awards, winning one of them. It won Best Score, and it was also nominated for Best Original Song, both by Jerry Goldsmith. And this was Jerry Goldsmith's first Academy Award win. The film spawned many sequels. The first one was Damien Omen 2 in 1978. Then Omen 3, The Final Conflict in 1981. Then a TV movie was made in 1991 called Omen 4, The Awakening, where it's the Devil's Daughter in that one. And then in 2006 there was a remake of The Omen. There was also a TV show in 2016 called Damien. The Omen from 1976 is a supernatural horror film, and it stars Gregory Peck as Robert Thorne, Remick as Catherine Thorne, Harvey Spencer Stevens as Damien Thorne, David Warner as Keith Jennings, Billie Whitelaw as Mrs. Bearlock, Patrick Troughton as Father Brennan, and Leo McKern as Carl Bugenhagen. And he was uncredited in this film, but he's also in the sequel. So I did another video about The Omen a few months ago. The film being cursed during filming. Lots of unusual incidents happened during the making of this film. So if you're interested, I'll put a link up at the end of the video to watch it. Really interesting documentary all about the scary coincidences that happened during the making of this film. I was also always interested in the novels. There was 5 novels written. I always enjoyed reading them. The first one came out in 1976 by David Seltzer. The second one, Damien Omen 2, was written by Joseph Howard in 1978. Then the next 3 are written by Gordon McGill, and these are more interesting. The first one came out in 1980, The Final Conflict, but then the next 2 were original stories. 1982 had Omen 4, Armageddon 2000, and that came out in 1982, but the novel's set in the year 2000, and there's a nuclear war at the end of it. Then the final one came out in 1985, The Abomination Omen 5. So all 5 of these novels are really good, well worth tracking down. So this film has a terrific cast. Gregory Peck, Remick, even Patrick Troughton gives a brilliant performance.
I saw its mother.
You're referring to my wife.
Its mother, Mr. Thorne.
This is
mother was a gem.
Hey Phil, that's Doctor Who. That's right, Bones. Yeah, he was. He played Doctor Who, one of my favourite doctors. So this film's all about the Antichrist. Gregory Peck plays the ambassador of Great Britain. His wife loses a child, but at the exact time that she lost the child, this other child was born. So instead of telling his wife, he swaps the kids over. He doesn't realise it's the Antichrist. So what makes this film really scary, I think for me, is the music and the performances. Gregory Peck's brilliant as Robert Thorne. You can see his journey from not believing to, when it gets towards the end of the film, to believing. Really is the Antichrist. And Remick, she's excellent in it. Like her figures. She discusses it with her husband that she's got these figures, but she never explains what they are. And I thought that was disturbing that she doesn't explain what they are. But you obviously know that inwardly she's fearing like Damien being the Antichrist. So I thought that was really good. It's the quieter moments in this film that stand out for me.
I need to see a psychiatrist. I have fears. I have such fears.
What kind of fears?
even though there's some great set pieces. The decapitation, Paul going through Patrick Troughton, all those set pieces are excellent, but it's the quieter moments that are just as chilling. And Billie Whitelaw is Mrs. Baylock. She's terrifying, yeah. There's a great scene where the camera focuses on her eyes. Really creepy woman. When she first meets Damien, she says, "Don't worry, little one, I'm here to protect thee." And the door closes. That's really good.
Have no fear, little one. I am here to protect thee.
And also when she goes into the hospital, Remick's character, she's getting changed, and you see Mrs. Baylock walking towards her, and her eyes are piercing. Who the hell would have that creepy bugger as a nanny? I thought Patrick Troughton's character was excellent. He gives one of his best performances, even better than Doctor Who. Jerry Goldsmith's music score's excellent. Even though like the satanic choir is brilliant and scary, it's the I also like the romantic score. And I've always said that films that involve ghosts or evil forces or the devil more scarier than like vampire films or monster films. The reason is there's a possibility that it could happen. And this film's all about good and evil. And there is some brilliant set pieces. I love the decapitation. And also the hanging of a nanny right at the beginning of the film. That's the first death you see.
Look at me, Damien. It's all for you.
Brilliant David Warner's character, where he tells Robert Thorne about the photos that he's taken, and there's dark shadows when people are getting killed. I thought that was really good. And then when he reveals that he took one of himself by accident in a mirror, and there's a big black thing cutting his head off. And of course the ending when Gregory Peck's trying to kill his son, he doesn't manage to do it, and then Damien gets some other parents, and it turns out it's the president. I thought that was an excellent ending. Hey Phil, I bet Donald Trump or Joe Biden would adopt the bloody devil's son. Bloody daft buggers, I wouldn't put it past them both. So this film's definitely in my top 10 horror films. There's like a debate whether this film's better than The Exorcist. I'm not quite sure. But I don't know that The Exorcist, like, it's just about a demon. But this film, afterwards, you think more about it, because it's all about, is it possible that there could be an Antichrist? And it does make you think. Like, all these people who go to church and they believe in Jesus and all that. And yet, if you ask, do you believe there's an Antichrist? And they'll say, don't talk so stupid, of course there's not. It's just as realistic. Like, what could be more far-fetched than the Son of God? Another interesting bit in the film is there's a quote from Revelations where they say, man against his brother till man exists no more.
Turning man against his brother till man exists no more.
That's quite relevant. That means like people are against each other, and it's quite relevant today. Black against white, jabbed and unjabbed, all these little segregated groups that society has now. It's very much man against his brother. Who knows, there might be an Antichrist already here. So a very thought-provoking film. Everything about it's top-notch. The acting, the performances, the set pieces, the brilliant music score, and just the way it's shot. Brilliant direction. So out of 10, I've got to give this film top marks. 10 out of 10. That was brilliant. I don't think I'm going to do like it. Yeah, I nearly bloody shit myself watching this film. Everybody, bye. See you next time. Subscribe and share.